wake up knowing that you gotta go this way. Tell your mom what to expect, she said try that out the blue. You wanna work in Lebanon, cause that's what they expect. Starting lingerie and Doris is your supervisor. And the head said that you always were a queer one from the start. For careers you say you wanna be remembered for your art. Your obsession gets you known throughout the school for being strange. Making lights like models of little. Well, hello. Who have we got? We've got a few in tonight. I'm just going to turn this light off behind me because it's bleaching my... I think it's bleaching me slightly. There we are. That's better. Well, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Who have we got in so far? We have got a Project MGTF. Good evening, Simon. How are you? How are you feeling? Are you getting rid of this lurgy that you've got? Mine's a 99 is in the house. Good evening, Mine's a 99. Bantering about who was the first. Simon, you definitely were the first because you are the first person listed in the chat. There we are. I'm going to change this chat thing. I'm changing because I keep seeing other people's lives, and I've just got top chat on. So we'll see if we get any interesting comments that I don't normally see. Who else have we got? We have got a Bad Books. Good evening, Bad Books. And that's all we've got so far. Well, we've got 11 in. So if you're in the room, don't be shy. Do say hello. Do say hello. What's been going on? Tell me, how is everyone feeling? There seems to be a lot of germs going around at the moment. I am feeling better. I think I did my live stream a week ago exactly, and I was quite frankly fucked. I've had a very quiet few days, so I'm definitely feeling better. Troy Goodacre is in the house. Good evening, Troy. How are you? We shall get a few coming in. Have I been a numpty this week? Still haven't heard back from the police about my speeding ticket, so hopefully I haven't got any more. But I've got good news. I'm quite a happy beards and bangers. We'll come on to that in a second. I've got a few things I want to talk about tonight, but we'll just wait for a few more people to appear. Simon is glad that I'm feeling better. Thank you, Simon. He attempted working Tuesday. It didn't end well. Oh dear. It's that, whatever you got has really got hold of you, isn't it? Matt Dickens, the legend who isn't from Lancashire, but is in fact from North London, Matt Dickens, is in the house. Good evening, purveyor of beards and bangers number plates. Matt, brilliant bloke. Bad Books asks me, have I been keeping off the beers? I have not had a beer now for over a week, which is very much unlike me. Normally I do like a not excessive tipple, but I do like a couple of glasses, shall we say? The antibiotics I was given, doctor said categorically, do not drink. I said, are you sure? You always say that. And they're like, no, with these ones you'll be ill. And I did actually, being the trusting kind of guy I am, I Googled this particular antibiotic, and it says absolutely do not drink, otherwise you'll end up with nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, heart palpitations, hot flushes. So I thought, well, it just sounds like normal anyway. No, joking. So I thought, no, we'll stay off that, and I'm going to keep off the beer for another 3 days. So I am staying in an hotel on Friday night, and I might slurp my first pint for about 2 weeks on Friday night. We'll see how it goes though. Want Saturday to be a good day. Simon's temperature was 38.6 last night. That's quite warm, isn't it? That's above normal. Yeah, you've got the lurgy, fella. I really hope you get better. Yeah, but I don't think you're the only one. I think there's a lot of people with various ailments. Yeah. Mines99 asks, am I aware of a Streetwise on Marketplace near you for sale? I have been a good boy, actually. I've not been trawling eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Car and Classic, Auto Trader, the usual places where I sometimes look, and I've just not been doing it. I don't know whether there's a correlation between not drinking beer and half drunkenly looking on the sort of car buying platforms and then buying something sight unseen. Because I have done that, as you may probably gathered. But yeah, no, I've not. But now you've said that, 1999, I am going to. I'm going to have a look. I have seen a Streetwise in my area. That was one up in. I saw one near Bicester fairly recently. But I was in my work van, so I didn't flash and go, oh, you're driving a Rover, I'm driving a Rover too. Yeah, but I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have a look. Bad Books asks Simon what he's got. And Matt says apparently the Newsom Gemma is good for Saturday. I take it, Matt, you're referring to the weather. And I have to admit, I have been looking at the BBC forecast every day, and I think over the weekend it was looking like there was going to be drizzle on Saturday, but it's now sunny. Yeah, and I did see a post from Gemma saying that the field is the park's draining really well. Simon says, you've written it, so I'm going to read it out. So Simon replies about it. COVID test came out positive. Think I'm near the end of it now. Temperature's back to 36, 37. I did think so. When you and I were chatting the other day that you said you hadn't got any taste. I did think you had the Rona. So I hope that's not doing the rounds again. So but yeah, get well soon, mate. I hope you're fine and dandy really soon. So what's been going? I'm going to ask. I've got a question, and I'm going to try and do it as a poll if I can work out how the bloody hell to do it. I will try and do that now. So the question's going to be, with regard to bacon sandwiches, does one have tomato sauce, brown sauce, or nothing? So and I'll keep it as 3. Here, I'll start a poll. I'm really clever. Which sauce? Oh goodness! Which sauce should a bacon sarnie have? No, it's not an. Well, this isn't very good, is it? Brown. Oh, we have to put it in the comments. I can't bloody work out this. I can't work how this thing works. I need someone like Simon to tell me how it works. So yeah, in the comments, tell me bacon sandwich, brown sauce, red sauce, nothing. A naked virgin. Oh, not many rounds in Aylesbury, that's for sure. Yeah. Yeah, tell me which side. I'm gonna have to work out to do these bloody poll things. I don't know. I don't know. But Simon says, Bad Book says, get us on. Not heard of COVID for ages. I think I don't think it's gone away. I just don't think the BBC scaremonger about it anymore. Yeah. Simon says yesterday's news. Yeah, I think you're right. It's just it's not on the agenda, not on the agenda in the papers and on the media-y type media things, websites. That's the thing. Simon says, "Don't do what I do and set the poll up and then forget the results." So I'm not going to do what you did. I'm just not going to set a poll up at all and let just people put what they have on bacon. So the question is, what sauce do you put on a bacon butty? Brown, red, nothing. And we've already got some answers in this insightful, really important question. So mine's 99 goes tomato. Matt Dickens, legend of number plates, goes red sauce. Bad Books goes no sauce. And Simon from Project MGTF, that excellent channel, 70% of the time nothing, 20% of the time red, 10% brown. That's a very, not quite even-handed, but it's a very pragmatic way of looking at it. I'll tell you what I go for. If it's really good bread, like sourdough or nice granary, nothing, just good butter and bacon. Excuse me, 1 second. If it's a toasted bacon sandwich, I go for red sauce. And if it's a untoasted bacon sandwich, so raw bread, I go for brown sauce. So that's the way I do it. But yeah, so Matt brought up Pride of Longbridge. So I'm very much looking forward to that on Saturday. I'm staying up the night before because I want to get there really early. Try and stop coughing. Have a sip of cordial. That might help. Yeah. Evening Bad Book. A Black Line, sorry. Simon says, Rob, hard-hitting journo asking the important questions. This is it. You know, Laura Koonsberg has got nothing on me. You got to ask these questions. Simone's in the house. Well, we've got Black Lines. We've got Simone. Black Lines ask, is Simon feeling better? Simon then says, oh, now then, the bread does make a difference. It does. The bread does make a difference. If it's toasted, then no butter, but defo a sauce. Now that's an interesting tape. Herr Dumpy or Dumpy Dump, if he's hair. Guten Abend, Herr Robmeister. Guten Abend, wie geht's? Willkommen zusammen. But mine's 99 asks butter or margarine. For me, it's got to be butter. But let the audience ask the audience. Mine's a 99. Butter or margarine? I don't think I ever bought margarine in my life. Simone says butter. Yeah. Well, let's see where it. These are important issues. We debate things like windscreen wipers. We debate things like car audio. We will be, hopefully. Butter or margarine, brown sauce, no sauce, red sauce. These are important things. Matt says, you might see us on the way up Friday. We go the back way, A41 through Aylesbury to Oxford services. Look out for a Twilight ZR. So you're going up on Friday as well. I'm staying in Bromsgrove. I don't know why I did that accent. I just can't not say Bromsgrove without doing a slightly West Midlands accent. Yeah, I will certainly. I don't know what time I'm going up, so I'm just waiting. I'm actually waiting on the R600 BRM plates that you've made for me, Matt. So I need to get those to a chap, fine young chap called Samuel, who is going to drive. Spoiler alert, going to drive my BRM up to Pride of Longbridge. So, but I will keep an eye out for you. I don't know. So I don't exactly know what time I'm going, but yeah, let me know where you're staying, Matt. So, um, Simon from Project MGTF prefers butter, but Julie prefers you have the healthy alternatives. Is that nothing? I'm guessing. Pingu Concord is in the house. Buttocks, greetings, Sir Rob. I hope you are feeling better this week. I am. I am feeling not quite tip top, but I'm feeling 90% better than I was when I was almost falling asleep and passing out onto my laptop this time last week, Pingu. Yes, buttocks indeed. Well, Matt's going tomorrow. Okay, I will keep an eye out because I actually live quite close to the road that you're going to have to drive up to get through Aylesbury. So I'll make sure my spies are out there. Uh, Simon says, wasn't the TV show Trapdoor made in an animation company in Bromsgrove? Do you want me to do it in accent, Simon? I'm going to any bird. Where's my dinner? Pingu greets Simon with buttocks. Greeting someone with buttocks. Now there's a notion. Simon is getting there, which is great. Simone's off to POL on Friday. Yeah, because you've got a bit of a trek. You've got more of a trek. I'm actually being really lazy because I live about an hour and 30 minutes from Cofton Park. But because I want to get there early, I thought I'm going to stay the night. I can. So yeah, Simone, I will hopefully see you bright and breezy on Saturday. Matt says no plates tomorrow. Hang on, we are Wednesday, aren't we? Yeah, hopefully we'll have the plates. If they turn up Friday, they turn up. It's fine. Yeah, 300 miles long. It's a long schlep for you, Simone. But I hopefully work it. Matt's staying at the Longbridge Premier Inn right near the park. I'm staying at the Bromsgrove Hotel and Spa because I'm just the kind of person that needs to get pampered. So I'm going to be kind of wearing a white robe and pouting in my camera for Instagram. Actually, probably not. I'll probably be in the bar, not pouting, but Instagramming anyway. Pingu, in response to the bacon sandwich issue, this burning hot topic, particularly done your bacon in the air fryer, just bread, butter, and some mature cheddar with my porky sandwich. Oh yeah, mature cheddar in most sandwiches is a damn good thing. Sausage, mature cheddar sandwich, absolutely bloody lovely. Simone got confused. It's a 3+ hour drive. Yeah, you're near Plymouth, aren't you? So what? Yeah, it's probably not far off 300 miles though, is it? I don't know. Simon highlights my name. Please look for Trapdoor on YouTube, and when him upstairs shout, pretend he did your impression. Okay. I will do that. Mine's a 90. This is the kind of, Mine's a 99's obviously getting this. This is the kind of, incisive, granular detail we need to get into. What kind of bacon? Streaky. You can call me Streaky if you like. Mine's 99. No, streaky bacon done so the fat is rendered for me. Again, let the audience answer. Streaky, back, middle, if you can even get middle anymore. I think you can in some butchers. but other cuts of bacon do exist, Simon. Um, Simone says smoked thick bacon with mature cheese and brown sauce. Yeah, I think the bacon's got to be. You got to know you're eating a bacon sandwich. You don't want one layer of bacon. I like multiple layers of bacon, or as you say, real thick, really thick, real, really thick. Project MGTF Beers Makers live chat bacon edition. Yeah, it's like like Walkers. I'll probably get some copyright thing now because I said Walkers. So yes, Pride of Longbridge, getting excited. And so I know Simone's going. Simon, don't know if you're going. If anyone else going to POL, I think Bad Books, you're going. Matt's going. Tell us if anyone's there who's not typing and feels shy, but just put your little fingers on that keyboard or your little touchy thing on your touchy phone. Dine handy for the guy who was addressing me in German. then tell us about what you're doing at POL. Matt Dickens, number plate legend, likes his bacon rigid. That sounds almost sexual, Matt. But yeah, if it's streaky bacon, it's got to be cooked so it goes rigid. Oh dear, goes rigid once it's come out of the frying pan, grill, air fryer, however you've done your bacon. Bad Books asks, is there a bacon butty van at POL? I suspect there might be, and I suspect it'll be very expensive. Mine's a 99. Again, insightful, question. How many slices of bacon? Depends on the bread. You've got to look at your bread. You've got to kind of, it's a bit like cricket. You've got to study the pitch before you decide whether you're going to bat or bowl, or decide how many slices of bacon you're going to put in the sandwich. So for me, it's just got to be layer upon layer. It's a bacon sandwich. It's got to taste of bacon. The bacon's the hero of the sandwich, surely. Bad Books is going. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Bad Books. There, I'll be in area 22, which is Rover and British Marks area, and I think one has got to have some kind of number in your windscreen, if I've read this right. I think I'm going to have to go with a number 22 on my windscreen. If you haven't got a group you're going with, I think you've got to put a number 1 in your windscreen, and then you get put in the main area. So that's how I understand it. I probably got that completely wrong, and have sent the 14 people on this live stream who are going to who end up attending completely the wrong information. But yeah, I think you've got to signal what you do. Right, so let's say Bad Books, see you there. Simon asks Bad Book if he's sticking a Rover badge on his MX-5. Pingu says, I wanted to go this year, but it's my daughter's birthday and she will be even more grumpy with me than usual if I bugger off for the weekend. Well, yes, family does come first. Unless you take, what better birthday treat for a girl than going to Pride of Longbridge? But I don't know. You've got to do what's best, Pingu. That's for sure. Simon, but going back to bacon. But yeah, Pingu, sorry to admit you, but I know you and I will catch up at some point. Simon, crispy, well done is way better than rubbery. No one wants a rubbery bacon in their sandwich, unless of course, let's be respectful to the answers that people give. Unless people do like rubbery bacon in their sandwich, if anyone wants to own up to that, then yeah, this is a safe space. You can do that. No one will judge you. Not much. Project Bad Books, none non-rover parking for me. We'll see you there. Mark, though. We'll see you there. Matt just walked to the Hungry Horse Fly. Is there a Hungry Horse near Cofton Park? I've never been. This is my first one. That's why I'm so excited, because I've never been to a Pride of Longbridge. So Hungry Horse for lunch sounds good. Obviously, that's once Paul from Project Nigel's finished interviewing me, which could take some time. Bad Book says, and this is a very, very good point, that he is technically a British Mark himself. Nice answer. I like that, sir. Really good. Bad Book says that he reckons he can get away with saying it's a prototype MGF. LOL. If you watch my video about the MGF and TF, then yeah, the MX5 did actually give Rover Group, as it was then, the kick up the backside they needed to get on and build a two-seater, which they were kind of procrastinating over. I could have just said that in my video and it saved like 10 minutes, couldn't I? Where are we? Mine's 99 may be going, but might have to work instead. Oh, work's a pisser when it does things like that, isn't it? Simon says, yeah, you need a 22 in your window so they can direct you. Right, I shall print something. Simon said, I'll make him an administrator and I'll ban all the rubber bacon likers. Well, this is a safe space, and even people who do like rubbery bacon can join these live streams. It's okay. Yeah, Matt Dickens, good to know about the Hungry Horse. Matt Ledge. Pingu doesn't like it crispy in my sandwiches or my Rovers. No one likes anything crispy in their Rovers. That's always a bad news. But yeah, if you have your bacon sandwich or your pork product sandwich, how you like it, Pingu. Black Lion Sister, so echoes my comments. Take her with you as a treat. I mean, that would be a treat. Pingu asks Simon, has Ujuj recovered? I'll let Simon answer that. Yeah, when couples go down, they tend to go down to get ill. They tend to get it at the same time. And Ujuj is getting better, so that's very good. Matt says, I will love it. You've been every year since Matt Dickens has been every year since 2014. I am very excited. It just tickles every fiber of my inner geek. It really does. Simon likes crispy crisps in his Rover. That's fine. You've got to hoover it up afterwards, though. Pingu's daughter is a grumpy 15-year-old who does not give a rat's ass about cars. Yeah, I know that. I have a grumpy 22-year-old daughter who doesn't give a rat's ass about cars. Black Lines' kids seem to have a revolving lurgy at the moment. It's been in our house for ages. I never had a revolving lurgy when I was a child. That sounds like a really interesting toy. I really wish I'd have had. No, yeah, I think if you got, I don't know how many kids you got Black Lines, but sometimes the germs just rotate between your kids and the school, and it's just a never ending vicious cycle of germs, detritus, and yeah, stuff. Matt says, a load of us meet up there for dinner or tea for those up north. Dinner being the evening meal to us southern folk like me and Matt Dickens, who Matt Dickens isn't from Lancashire, on the Friday night. Okay, drop me a message. I might be up there quite late, so because I've got stuff I need to do down south before I go up to the Midlands. Right, the comments have just paused for me. That gives me a chance to have a slurp of a non-alcoholic beverage, which is, Boaty, if you're watching this back, this is actually Vimto cordial, but it's the sugar-free one. Simon laughs at my commentary about a revolving lurgy toy. Yeah, it's not actually that funny, but I couldn't resist. Peace, I'm so close to the 1K subs, Rob. We'll have to get poking. Yeah, it's sort of have a lurch forward of subs, and then it trickles, and then a lurch. but I think everyone's creeping up. I know Simon's beginning to get there. I know once I got to 200, it went to 300 very quickly. Yeah, obviously I've got quite a lot. Yeah, my content schedule's beginning to get a bit easier to fill. So yeah, hopefully, obviously Pride of Longbridge is going to be quite good, and yeah, I'm really excited about Pride of Longbridge. So this time last week, so when I was keeling over into my laptop last week, I wasn't sure what car I'd be going in. I thought I'd be taking the TF as like an understudy. But the great news is, and I don't know if the lads from AJF Motor Engineers are on this live stream, and if they are, please do say hello. But yeah, so Monday, I got the BRM back, and then today I got Austin Carterfell is in. Austin Carterfell, legend of MG Rover Mechanics. We've got Matt Dickens, legend of number plates. Austin Carterfell, who actually gets the cars back on the road so I can put Matt Dickens' number plates on them. Brilliant. Yeah. So BRM came back, partially fixed, bodywork wise. Got to another saga on the BRM, but I won't bore you here. So got the BRM back. And this afternoon, I collected the 260. So the 260 is MOT'd, taxed. I've taken it for about a 30-mile drive, which used about a tank of fuel. So that was good because that really flushed the system through. But the 260 is back on the road. It's still running a little bit rough, so there's still a few kind of niggles with it. But I think we just need to drive it and see what happens. But yeah, it's driving a lot better than when I last drove it about a year ago, when I was misfiring up the A41 towards Bicester. But yeah, Austin has done a blinding job at sorting out the 260. Yeah, so I'm not just taking. So last week I thought I was only taking one car. This week I'm hopefully taking two cars. So I'm taking the 260 myself, and I've got a non-motorway route planned so that I can give it some B-road action very gently, because we want to ease what we want to get there basically. And then Sam, who's Austin's colleague, is taking the BRM. So I'm brilliant. I'm thrilled. The 260 is going to be making its proper YouTube debut rather than me videoing it in a car park, going it's broken. We're trying this. We're waiting for this part from America. It's on the road. It is on the road outside my house. Where did we get to? Where did I get to in these comments? Yeah. Pinks, I've done that. So Black Lions tomorrow is starting a new diet now that the Easter eggs have gone. So I'm sat here stuffing my face in preparation. Yeah, you've got to piss poor preparation equals poor diet. I think that's a really well-known saying. But yeah, good. I need to lose weight. So aside from having this diverticular disease condition nastiness in my bowel, which is now not uncomfortable, I've got high blood pressure and probably have got diabetes. So I've got to seriously address my diet. So a week and a bit off the booze is probably no bad thing for me. Project MGTF is OMG, which I think stands for Oh My God. I have a new topic for my live stream I didn't do that maybe no one cares about. Simon, these are safe spaces. Your space is a safe space. My space is a safe space. So clearly, everyone cares about how you have a bacon sandwich. Clearly, whatever your topic is, you need to give it some air. Austin, I've said hello to. Black Lines like Simon Civic. I like Simon Civic as well. I like Civics, particularly that shape Civic. Um, Civic. Uh, Project MGTF directly asks me, or tells me that I'm now rich of Rovers. I'm rich of it. I've actually got more MGs than Rovers. I've only got one Rover now, but I've got 4 MGs, one of which doesn't have a clutch and looks like a hearse, but is actually quite nice because it's a pearl black PBT. Black Lines can never have the designations. I get confused designations unless it's Rovers or MGs. Type R Civic, I had one of those. Mine was a 2007. It was that was lovely. Civics, Hondas are good cars. Black Line says no, he thinks the Type is an FK. Type R is an FK8. I thought FK8 was a Scottish postcode, but that's just me. Pingu says Bram looks great, mate. Thank you, Pingu. Yeah, the front end looks good. The back end looks okay. We just need to get it straightened up. But I'm going to have to probably actually give you a message because I need to get I basically need an R3 Rover that's in brilliant condition at the rear, but has been front-ended. So it's got lovely panels at the back that we can cut off it. The Bram does look good. Bram's driving really nicely. I've had three little drives in him since getting him back, and it's going really well. And not having that salt on the road makes me kind of go out with a bit more confidence. Mine's a 19. I'm slurring. I ain't drinking bloody Vimto. I don't slur when I'm drinking slur when I'm drinking alcohol. Ridiculous. Mine's 99 kindly also agrees that it does look great. Yes, those at POL will see Bram in what stand are you in, Austin? Tell us if you're listening, bud. You did tell me earlier, but I've forgotten because I was really excited about driving the 260. Excuse me. You don't want to see me doing that. Hooked on Classic says, I'm back. Sorry, my PC went down. You've got a PC that does that, have you? I'm actually amazed that of the live streams I've done, they've carried on going because I've got Virgin Media. And it's not been great recently because they've been upgrading the system, which means making everyone not have internet for 12 hours randomly without telling anyone, it seems. Simone always has a brown bread, but I do like a brown bread bacon sarnie, particularly granary. Granary bacon sarnie just needs good butter, unsalted, of course, and good bacon, and it's a breakfast win. Mine's a 99 asks another. Mine's a 99 is. I mean, I thought my journalistic instinct about investigating the bacon sandwich issue was quite, quite acute. But mine's a 99 is seriously flying here. You need to take this one on because you're whipping my ass on these questions. But the question is bacon in crusty rolls. Anything in crusty rolls is great. My favourite crusty roll filling is cheese and Branston. But bacon in crusty rolls, fantastic. Simon is getting back to Black Lines about civic nomenclature, if that's the right word, or types. Austin says that the BRM as well as Austin's car, which I'll let him say which one he's taking if he wants to. I'm not going to splash your business all over my live stream. But the BRM will be on stand 12. So goodness, there's a few stands, isn't there? So one of the 260s will be at the top of the hill again, looking down on everyone. Because I think that's where they tend to go, right at the top. So you got all the big beasts at the top, and my big beast will be in area 22, and my little beast will be in stand 12. Black Lines bids thee farewell. He's got some work to do for Watch Boaty later on. Enjoy POL. Thank you, Black Lines. Thank you for coming along. All the best, mate, and catch you soon. Simon says, was a model to celebrate the BTCT wins? I think the model before had a Type R body kit and a better head unit. I will let those of you who know about Hondas discuss this more, because I will just get. I know one, and that's the one I had, and that's the only Honda I've had. I think, yes. Unless you count the Rover 216. Oh, did I just say that? It's a Honda engine, but it's very, very much a Rover. Very much a Rover. Matt says I'm having a cheeky Vimto. Yes, of the actual Vimto reduced sugar variety, or no sugar, whatever it is. Simon bids fond farewell to Black Lines also. Pingu has, I have found this week, a 3-door R3 deep in Kent. This is being broken for parts, which I believe has a nice arse you could have. I shall correspond with you offline, dear sir. Thank you for that juicy nugget of very helpful information. I do know a young man with a angle grinder who quite happily go at it. So, Project MGTF, brown bread has more taste, but I always go with white for a sandwich. Fair comment. Yeah, brown. I quite like. I had a brown bread sandwich for lunch. Actually, it was tuna. It was a healthy sandwich as well, so it's helping me to reduce weight and not be such a fat bastard. Austin says, "Nout fancy, mate. Just my 75. I like your 75. Only one of your cars that work currently. I was in that position till you did your magic yesterday. I only had one car that worked. Now I've got 3. Hang on, I've forgotten. Oh yeah, I've got 3, haven't I? Yeah. Simon asks, how big is POL? It's a very personal question, Simon. Everyone says the traffic. I'm going to try and speak properly for the rest of this live stream. Brought to you by Vimto. How big is POL? Everyone says the traffic is crap after 9. I'm a POL virgin. Is that a thing? Maybe Matt Dickens or Austin Carterfell or someone who's actually been before will answer that question. But I can imagine, yeah, any big event. I think it's quite big. Yeah, but I'm going to get there at 7:30 to annoy Paul, which he doesn't actually know yet. Simon's assuming we can get in before 9 because we're on a stand. Yeah, if you're on a stand, then you have right. I mean, I think you actually get to take some of the park home with you if you're on a stand. I think it's, it's that important. Hooked up brown bread with tuna. Yeah, absolutely. A white bread tuna sandwich just is, yeah, it's something not quite right about it. But I don't want to go. I mean, that's quite a heavy debate, and I think we're only just past the watershed, so I don't really want to get into the tuna debate. 1999 tuna baguette. Is that something from Greg's? I do like Greg's. I like Greg's too much, which is again why fat. Austin Carter fell. Lol, you sacrificed your fleet for Rob. He hasn't sacrificed it. No, Austin has not done that. He's Austin does the work. He's not sacrificed any of his fleet for me. We might get him to sacrifice something that Pingu can find. Pingu says tuna with grated mature cheddar. Yes, even better, a tuna melt, which is I make a tuna melt, and you probably didn't know you could do that. So tuna melt, it's like a pan fried toasty, but you make a mix of tuna mayo, red onion, parsley, chili flakes, lemon zest and juice, black pepper, and you spread that on the bread, mature cheddar, and then toast it like you would an American style toasted cheese sandwich. It is lovely. And again, another reason why I am fat. Matt Dickens, so someone who knows has answered the question. Pole is huge. Traffic isn't that bad, to be honest. There you go, Simon. Matt Dickens, number plate legend, has answered your question. Austin replies, Simon, he would rather work on his fleet, my fleet, and can't bother to work on his own. Is that because I've given you too much work, Austin? Simone says, tuna, no sweet corn, yuck. Yeah, I think if you go to Greg's, you only get a tuna and sweet corn baguette, which is white. Mine's in 99 says Greg's serves a purpose when you're on the road all the time. Yes. Yeah, and going to Greg's is better than going to McDonald's. That's for sure. Simon just acknowledges a couple of answers. Stephen S. Paul is in their house. Hello, English children. Hello, American cousin. Although your big boss is on, your big boss man's on our side of the pond this week, isn't he? So, good evening, Stephen S. Paul. How are you? Have any cars fallen into your lap that wouldn't actually happen here? Simone's recipe for a tuna, the perfect Simone tuna sandwich, is tuna, salt, pepper, and salad cream. That's it for her. That's it for Simone. Salad. I like salad cream. I think it's lovely. Salad. Has anyone tried salad cream with chips? I don't want to start another debate because I've got some things I want to discuss. We've done POL, haven't we? Kind of. We've done the 260 and the BRM. So Pingu's going to get some parts from the R3 tomorrow. So he's going to get me some arse photos. Pingu, you send me those arse photos and I'll snigger like a child. Simon's cats won't eat tuna, weirdos. My cat, my cat will stick his face in any food that I do. Normally cats kind of their tuna receptor kind of, because cats have one of those. They go, oh, tuna! I'm like 200 meters away, but I know there's tuna being opened in my kitchen. Stephen S. Paul says hello back to the whole group, the group that is this safe space to discuss important hot topics like bacon sandwich. Simone confirms salad cream and chips is the bomb. It bloody well is. It is lovely. Does anyone else like salad cream? And if they do they like it with chips? Have they tried it with chips? If they haven't, would they? If you haven't, maybe you should just try it. Not on every chip, but just one little chip with one little bit of salad cream. Just try it because it seriously does work. It's like a British take on the Belgian way of serving frites, I think. Mine's in 99 asks, will you be on the hunt for any car purchases on Saturday? No. No, I'm going to get the fleet I've got to where I want it before I buy anything else, he says. And then an immaculate Rover 3500S P6 variant will be there for $5,000, needing no work, and because you would get one, wouldn't you? Immaculate one for those for $5,000 now. That I saw something like that, I would get tempted, but no, my mission is not to go buying any more cars at the moment. Salad cream and chips, dafuk. I thought you Northerners like kind of putting weird stuff on chips. I thought that was kind of de rigueur or normal. Matt would have preferred a little chef. Have they completely gone now? I used to know every single little chef up and down the A303 between Basingstoke and Honiton. And when I came back with the TF from Ivy Bridge a few weeks ago, they'd all gone. Did Heston kind of fuck them over? Is that what happened? Heston, I know, because there was a TV series, and you had the new CEO with of a Little Chef, and he kept going, "Oh, Heston, we've got to have blue sky thinking," because he spoke like that. He really did. And Heston was like showing them how to do scrambled eggs properly, and then after that, they seemed to disappear. Someone tell me what happened to Little Chef. Hooked on Classics, cat goes nuts for tuna. I think the majority of cats do, apart from Simon's. Yeah, so yeah, they haven't got the tuna receptor. If Louis comes in, I think he's outside terrorizing the dogs again. But I'll show you his. It's definitely there. I can see it, and I'm sure you can if I show him to the screen. Mine's like Little Chef Olympic Breakfast. That was the one, wasn't it? Did that have? Was it chips or sautéed potatoes with it? It had everything on it. It was brilliant. Simone is getting my culinary juices flowing this evening. Salad cream in mashed potato with cheese, sausages, and gravy. That I've never tried that. I am going to make that tomorrow because that just sounds the kind of food that someone who's overweight and has diabetes should eat. Pingu asks again a very sensible question. Do you like Frankfurter or fish finger sandwiches? I like both. I like Frankfurters or Wieners, as I think they're called, or Wieners, as I suppose you're supposed to say. I like both. I like fish finger sandwich with tartar sauce actually for that for me with a fish finger sandwich, but rocket as well. Fish finger, tartar sauce, rocket. That's my kind of posh sandwich that I go to. Stephen S. Paul, yes, bacon and tomato, bacon sandwich and tomato salad dressing is quite yummy on a bologna sandwich. Bologna, is that like I don't know if we have it in this country, but I know in Germany there's something called Leberkäse, which is like liver cheese. Well, liver cheese, the literal translation, but it's like a liver sausage, very finely minced liver. That's quite well spiced. I think that's bologna. Tell us, Stephen S. Paul. I like these little nuggets. Bad books. Pingu fish finger sandwiches are quality. They are bad books. They absolutely are. Hooked on Classics. Ivy Bridge is literally 10 minutes from your house. If I'd have had more time on that day and I'd have known that before I picked up the TF, I would have got in touch, Simone. But next time I'm down that way, I will get in touch because you're going to drive that TF, but not at POL. In case you were wondering, I'm not taking the TF to POL, Simone. So you and I will have to have a play date, a car play date, some other time with the TF, so you can drive the TF, which I promised you can do. Pingu almost bought a low mileage 75 1.8 turbo this week, 475, 475 pounds. What am I doing? But managed to stop myself just in time. They were 3K in that colour, apparently. That's made me laugh. Pingu. 475 quid for a 1.8 turbo. I would have a bit of that. Depending what's wrong with it. I can just see Austin now going. Simon's stream is making my stream is making Simon chuckle. This live stream, I mean, not my actual stream. Matt Dickens, number plate legend. Oh, Mr. Beard, we do mugs now too. I will remember that. Simon also is laughing at what Pingu just said. Simon says fish finger sandwiches are great. Not had one for ages. Well, get one down your neck, son, and that will sort your reet out. Yeah. if you can go to the shops. You probably can't, can you? Or you can actually now. You can go and kiss people with COVID now, can't you? But right, Bad Books gets back on one of my questions. The CEO of Little Chef was a tit. Yeah. He was hopelessly managing the food hall at Stoneleigh Agricultural Centre after Little Chef went. That's a jeepers. Going from CEO of Little Chef to managing a food hall at Stoneleigh Agriculture Centre. That sounds like a bit of a career change, shall we say. Simone says, my Rover 75 CDT SE cost me the princely sum of £250 in 2019. Oh, 2019. They were the days when you could get a car that needed just titivating for 250 quid. Yeah. You can. They do still exist, but I think I paid 400 quid for the ZT190, but that was shocking. I was chatting to Austin earlier about it. Yeah, just the amount that's been done to it now. Pingu was on. Pingu says, sorry, it was on eBay. Seemed in good condition, but I have too many cars at the moment. Yeah, I know you have. You've got loads of cars, mate. Simon says, bless Coney's little cotton socks. Coney's your cat, I believe, Simone. 75 done and doing you fine. You got a few things to sort out on the 75 still, Simone, I think. Yes, which you just confirmed in the message that I didn't read, even though it was immediately below that one. Stephen S. Paul. We have an 85 Subaru Brat, which just arrived. 2 owners, same family from new, 76,000 miles. That sounds, that sounds, yeah. That sounds low mileage. That sounds good. 85 Subaru Brat. I can't picture. Do we have them here? I don't know. Simone, thanks, BB. Yeah, don't we all, Simon? We all have problems with our cars. Simon knows what a brat is. Fiddly bits, near side sill. Austin knows about near side sills. Sorry, Coney 75. I get so yeah. Excellent. With way out to his depth at Stoneleigh. Goodness. So yeah. Maybe he could do impressions as someone who speaks like this. I don't know. Who's let you know weld it yourself? I'd watch that. Ping is a small Subaru pickup. I'm going to have to do a Google search on this. Bacon Silence was another one on my agenda. Oh, speaking of car shows, if anyone fancies a trip down my way on the 21st of May, which is a Sunday, from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m., just north of Aylesbury, in a place called Whedon Park, there's a car show. I don't know if that comes through the right way, but the owner of the garage is an organizer. The garage where I take my cars is an organizer. He works very hard. So yeah, 21st of May, 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. It's not quite on the scale of POL, but it's still pretty substantial. But yeah, the Chiltern Hills Rally.org.uk. I think there is an actual rally before we do about a 30-mile blast around the mid Buckinghamshire countryside around Wadston Manor, if anyone knows Wadston Manor. But yeah, chilternhillsrally.org.uk. I'll certainly be going. Don't know which car yet. But I'll certainly be going. If anyone wants a trip down to my neck of the woods, then that's on the 21st of May. So I probably will mention that in a video at some point. But I did want to mention that this week because the 21st of May will come round very quickly. Where did we get to? Simone would rather a pro weld her seal, which is fair enough. The only reason Simon knew what a brat is from the Tamiya. Oh yeah, Tamiya remote control cars. What did I have? Super Saber. Does anyone remember the Tamiya Super Saber? I can't remember. I put a gold engine in mine and the uprated battery, so it would go really fast. It was a quick little remote control car. I think it is still in the lofty bit of my mother's garage. I'm going to have a look. Simone says that the paintwork on the car is going to cost £1,000. That is that we have discussed this before, and I think this was last week when I was feeling pretty shite. Was that just for one panel or two panels? Pingu is taking HJ for its MOT tomorrow. Hence the wheels from your GSI were on it, I saw the other day. So fingers crossed, Pingu. I will keep everything crossed for you. Simon is encouraging Simone. It's obviously a Simone thing. But also keeps everything crossed, probably without the high-pitched silly voice that I just did because I crossed everything. For Pingu, whole car and silver repair for £1,000. That sounds decent. I think if you came up my way, you'd be paying a lot more for a whole car. Don't know. To me, it sounds good, but maybe it is a lot of money. Stephen S. Paul says it's green with. This is regarding the Subaru Brat. It's green with white decal pack, complete service history. Was lifted and modded slightly when it was new. Lots of spare time up parts. Has a color matched bed, cap, stroke shell. Very well cared for car. Sounds brill. Sounds absolutely fantastic. I'm guessing you guys don't have the same corrosion issues that we have here in Northwest Europe. I know Car Crazy Norwegian. He works. He can't come on this live stream because he works this time of night. But I know I was chatting to him, and they have the same issue in Norway with the salt on the roads. It eats cars. Simone doesn't have £1,000. Oh, that's yeah. Is it? Yeah. Does the whole car actually need doing, or can you kind of get away with less? Jimmy Quinn is in the house. Hi, Jimmy. Jimmy says hi all. How are you, Jimmy? What you've missed. So anyone who's joining us, I don't know how we're doing on people. 12 people in. That's really good. Yeah, we've been discussing bacon sandwiches, Jimmy. So brown sauce, red sauce, no sauce. So if you want to tell us how you would take your bacon sandwich, if indeed you take bacon sandwiches, then please tell us. We have kind of extrapolated the debate somewhat, and we've been talking about bread types, adding cheese, salad cream as a condiment. Jimmy says brown sauce. Yeah, that's for an untoasted bacon sandwich. Brown sauce is also my my choice. Jimmy says hello to everyone. So Simone says the lacquer is basically shagged all over. That's the trouble with the Rovers. They do seem to eventually go. Yeah, I don't know if Austin's still in, but he might have. Austin might have a better idea of the prices for painting a whole car. I'm not an expert in paint, so I don't know if the lacquer's gone, whether you have to repaint the whole car, then clear coat it. I'm not someone will know more than me on here. That's for sure. Um, Jimmy Quinn says tomato sauce is for tarts. I've never tried a tart with tomato sauce. Yeah, imagine it. I know what you're saying, Jimmy. I know what you're saying. Stephen F. Paul says this is an original paint car. Stuff doesn't rust in Arizona, New Mexico. This brat was garaged pretty much since day one. We paid $1,000 for it. Christ, that's like 800 quid, I think. At the current exchange rate. So yeah, would we get a car like that? So a brat, which would be quite unusual in this country. Would we get a brat in A1 condition, garaged all its life, low mileage for 800 quid? No, no. That sounds brilliant, Stephen S. Paul. Simone says the bonnet is the worst. The bonnet is the prone spot. Simon says to Simone, get her wrapped in something funky. I've never knowingly seen a wrapped car. Yeah, I know there's someone round who does wrap cars. Yeah, and I've seen it. I've seen a video of it being done. It looks quite interesting. How they cut it, stretch it, and heat it up, and cut it round everything. It's yeah, really good. Pingu says, hopefully the exhaust will be okay. I've replaced the midsection, but there is a crusty bit on the front pipe that's about to give birth to a farty hole. Not only a farty hole, but also probably your emissions going down the Swanee. I'm sure, yeah, if the front pipe goes, it's you just yeah, I think they just burn too much fuel. I think I'm right in saying that. Someone will now that say, no, Rob, you're talking absolute shit. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about, idiot. But yeah, from my memory, front pipe going will be farty, which is actually all right. Yeah, but the emission, the fuel consumption will just be horrific. Speaking of exhaust, Austin. I don't know if Austin is still on the call. He actually fired up a rebuilt KV6 today. He's rebuilt a KV6 to go in a 75, and he fired it up without the headers on, and it did sound. It was loud, but it sounded so bloody lovely. Maybe a little bit too loud. Simone has a can of blackboard paint. Do you know what? I think if I saw blackboard paint, you just have people doing that annoying thing down your bonnet all the time. I think I'd rather put up with peely lacquer than people going on my blackboard. But Simon encourages Simone to do that. Jimmy says wrap costs more than £1,000. I can imagine it would, given the amount of time it seems to take, because you've got to. I guess you're still going to prep the substrate. Yeah. Jimmy quit. Yeah. Chiltern Hills Rally. Good evening, Adrian. How are you? That is your dad's car. That lovely silver. I think it's silver. 75 with the lovely KV6 engine is your father's, and it's coming back together by the looks of it. Simon says to Jimmy, you are probably right there, actually. It's not a cheap fix, is it? And I'm guessing wrapping a car is not something that's going to last for very long. So you probably spend a lot of money doing it, and then you drive a little bit too close to a hedge and you ruin your wrap. Now we know what wrappers go through. Pingus just go faster stripes over the lack of peel. Go faster stripes surely are a fix for anything. Stephen S. Paul says the same family. This is so going back to his Subaru Brat. The same family also had a second generation Ford Probe. They bought it new as a leftover. It's magenta, sounds nice in colour, with a grey interior. 47,000 original miles, I've been told. No sunroof. Oh, manual transmission. It's a stick, is it, Stephen? Stick shift, as you guys, I think, say over there. I've probably got that completely wrong and have just been very offensive to American people. In which case, I do apologise. But that I know you and I talk. I don't know if we were messaging on comments on YouTube, but some of the things you that fall in your lap over there are, yeah, incredible. I don't think it happens here often, if at all. Simone asks a question. Sticker bomb 75. Yeah, this is. I mean, people. We're thinking outside the box here, people. This is, this is good. Simon likes that with his sticker window in. And I'm guessing Simon, the advantage of. I mean, of course, for those that don't know, this is very much the year of the Torah, according to Simon. So yeah, I'm guessing a sticker window. Having a Torah is good for having a sticker window. Yours is coming along nicely, I believe, Simon. Yeah, stickers. Simon sticker bombed a GSX 650F. Lol. Is that a motorcycle? Simon, is that a motorcycle? I don't know what a GF 650 GSX 650F is. Jimmy Quinn says Yanimize wraps are what? 5,000 to 50,000 pounds. Yanimize. Yanimize. I don't know. I've never heard of that. That sounds an awful lot of money to wrap a car. Is Yanimize some special wrap that's been kind of massaged as it's been growing or something like that? I don't know what Yanimize. Yeah, that what you just wrote is. Simon, I obviously tickled his fancy there. Yes, 2023 is the year of the Torah. Simone's Cortina has a sticker window too. I do not have a sticker window because I do not have a Torah that works. I have a Torah that has no clutch, which I bought because it had Apex alloys, which are now refurbished and sitting on the 260. Suzuki GSX6. I'm guessing that is a bike if it's a Suzuki. So, all the best cars do, yeah, because Simone's car is also, I believe, a Tourer. Pingu says, all right, gang up on the guy with saloons. God. Pingu says, Tourers rule, saloons suck. Yeah, piss on my bonfire. Why don't you lot? Just got my saloon back on the road. The car hasn't been driven for 18 months probably. Get it back on the road. I've created serious carbon emissions doing that. Wasted a tank of fuel just to make sure the car's working, and then I get things like saloons suck. I don't know, and that's just Mine's a 99. He's a dude who wraps celebrities' cars. I nearly didn't read cars then. He's a dude who wraps celebrities. He's basically, he's local. Tongwell, Milton Keynes. Well, local to me anyway. Tongwell, Milton Keynes. So Yanni Mize is based in Tongwell, just up the road in Milton Keynes. There we are. I may have seen a. It was a very prestige car. It was either a Range Rover or a Roller that had been wrapped. So I'm guessing it was him because it was very well done. Jimmy Quinn's 126 is a big sticker. Is it wrapped in something else, Jimmy? Pingus has just asked Roger Botty's mum to explain the Torah benefits. That's something I don't really want to a road I don't want to go down. George Roger Botty, hey. Bad Books asks, was there an MG260 Tourer? Yes, there was. The ZTT 260. And one did go on the market today, I think, for about 13 grand on eBay. Which, yeah, I think it's an SE as well. So, yeah, so you had normal standard spec and SEs. SE had more bells and whistles. Then you have the Tourer and the saloon. There was a Tourer V8 75 as well, and I saw one of those last year at a local, very very small car show in High Wycombe, and that was in orange. It was an orange Grove 75, which I imagine is quite a rare colour for a 75. And that had lack appeal as well, so it must be a 75 thing. Yes, but yes, in answer to your question, yeah, and they do look quite nice. Simone says Yanni Mise sounds like an overpriced twat. Yeah, I was thinking like Wagyu or Wagyu beef when I read. I don't know if it might not be a Japanese name. I might be saying it completely wrong, but Simon felt as you know that he's sure there wasn't, but there definitely is ZTT 260 and 75 V8 Tourer. And I'll say Tourer like that because I know you love that word, Simon. Stephen S. Paul crushed a sticker bombed 92 Supra yesterday. Didn't save a thing. Didn't even pull the fuel tank. Crushed my fair share of Tourers in my time. Don't say crushed Tourers to Simon because he'll get really upset. And you know that could have serious consequences on his health. And he's already, you know, he's already quite poorly as it is. So yeah, I mean, crushing a car is something that doesn't enter my thoughts. If it's, you know, even if it's falling to pieces, buy it. You know, what the hell, buy it. Crushing cars, goodness me. Simon's wrong. You can't hand in your Tourer badge, Simon. So, and Bad Book suggests that Simon save up for a V8 Tourer 75. The Rover 75 V8s are rare. I think the majority of the V8s were ZTs. But yeah, if you see a 75 Tourer V8, get it. Simon's aiming for a V6 ZT once Henrietta is finished and used a bit. I think they're excuse me, they're affordable to buy. And then you have to find the fuel. Pingu says, guess what I'm scrapping next? A Tourer? What kind? Tell us, Pingu. Tell us what you're scrapping next. Unless it's a blue Peugeot, of course. Because the odour got too much for you. Simone says, over here, all the fluids have to be removed. Yeah, everything has to be drained. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many cars are crushed. I could find out because I've got like a crushing central or scrap metal central yard, ASM, which is one of the larger scrap people in this area, if not the country. Yeah, their kind of main depot is up the road, and you can hear it. It's about a mile away, but you can hear it the wind's blowing in the right direction. Excuse me, I've got a little tickle, not the pleasant sort. So Simon asks, is Pingu scrapping HJ Rover? No, it is the Peugeot. The pug is going in the scrapper. Are there any bits you can get of it, Pingu? Is it just is it fnucked? Um, there we are. Well, I've actually covered all my Pingu says that HJ is next if he fails the MOT. Oh, poor HJ. Um, I think that car will be okay. Yanni Mise is on YouTube with 1.97 million subscribers. Oh, he's got a few then, hasn't he? I will have to look that up. I'm going to write that on my notepad because I'm a very diligent person when it comes to things like that. And I'll have a look. And so Pingu will say a few bits off the little pug. That's a shame because I was quite taken with that when I saw your pictures and your green slimy interior, organic. So yeah, I've covered Pride of Longbridge. I've told you about my 260. There'll be loads of videos coming up on that car. Probably me crying outside a fuel station. Told you about the BRM. I've plugged the Chiltern Hills vintage vehicle rally. Oh, yeah, actually, it's just called the Chiltern Hills Rally this year. I'm sure it was called Vintage Rally last year. Chiltern Hills Rally Classic Car Show. Yeah, it'd be nice if some of you could join me because otherwise I'll be going on my own. Bloody cough. That's the next thing I've got to do is to give up the fags. Simon said I should get myself a drink. I can't. I've got to give it 3. So I took my last antibiotic. Again, it's a word I can't say without falling into an accent. So I have to just say it in a Welsh accent for some reason. Get myself a drink. No, I had my last antibiotic this morning. I've got to give it 3 days. So I reckon by the time I get to my hotel in Bromsgrove on Friday evening or Friday night, that'll be near enough 3 days so I can have a pint of lager, which will be lovely. Pingu asks, aren't the fags keeping me slim though? They do. Yeah, I've not been eating very much. But given my high blood pressure, I probably shouldn't be smoking. So I just need to overhaul my life and take more exercise. Yeah, start smoking. Don't drink so much. Probably not. Don't drive so much. Eat salad. Yeah, and I might be healthier. Simon says water. Oh, you meant water. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant a drink. Yeah, a glass of scotch would absolutely go down a treat right now, but I just daren't. Have a sip of Vimto. Cheers, Boaty. Yeah. So to those, it's been a really enjoyable live stream. We've got a lot of people watching, or a few people watching, and a few people commenting. So do always feel free to pop something in the comments. It's if you're new to my channel and you're watching without commenting, put a comment. No one on here bites unless paid. Got some more comments. Pingu Concord says the Weetabix and muesli diet. I like muesli. I don't like Weetabix. Is that an actual diet? Is it a bit like one of these fad diets like keto or what's the other one where you stuff yourself full of meat? Atkins diet. Yeah. Jimmy Quinn would like an MG X Power SVR. That would be nice. There was one kicking around for sale at some ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, it was about 60 or 70 grand. Whether that was an R or not, I don't know. But yeah, they are. Yeah, they're super rare and super nice. I think like you got two. The R's. The R 500 brake horse or there or thereabouts. Um, Same engine as the 260, but just tuned better. Um, Simon says, "Been fun, lovely group of fun-loving folk." We are, we are. Um, Simone says the Catkins diet. Is that a cat food, or you mean the hazel catkins that are like the flower of the hazel? I've never tried eating those, but I do like hazelnuts. Again, another reason why I'm maybe slightly overweight. One in Norwich one in Norwich for 65 grand. Yes, I think that's the one. I think that's the one. On eBay. Is it silver? I'm surprised Boaty hasn't bought it if it's silver. Um, I'm sure, yeah, maybe silver. And there was a red one as well. Um, there was a red one for sale a little while ago too. um, yeah, yeah. So Hazel has nuts. Yes, Hazel does have nuts. It's yeah, it's fine. It's it's okay. Hazel, having nuts is not a preclusion to being called Hazel. Simone reckons that Boaty probably has silver poos. I would imagine so. Um, it's certainly his favourite colour for a car, and I imagine the Momos contain some kind of silver stuff that cause silver poo poos. Stephen S. Paul has a nice pea green 84 Mercedes wagon with a diesel engine. It's a 280D, clean, no rust, of course. Of course, Stephen S. Paul, no rust. In Arizona, you're not surrounded by salty sea and have local authorities spreading salty salt on the roads when it's not even freezing. Excuse me a sec. Pingu's uncle bought an MG ZTT 190 Plus new in 2005 after it had been in the showroom for months around the time of Rover's collapse. What's the latest I've seen? I've seen something with like an 11 plate on it. I've seen a 75. I've seen a few 75s with 08 plates on. You get a few 56 plate 260s. Yeah, they did have some lingering. They did have some lingering car. I think it was always a perennial problem for Rover Group or MG Rover. I know you do get some BRMs on X plates, which is 2000. So that's quite, yeah, you get some very late BRMs. Not because they were making them. They didn't make that many, did they? What they made? 1,100 BRMs made in total, something like that. And they couldn't shift those and they had to drop the price. And it's only now that people like us, and I've always appreciated them, and they seem to now be getting appreciated more. Yeah, there's probably too much other stuff going on, wasn't there, when these cars were new? But yeah, 2005, I can believe, a ZTT was hanging around. Simon says that Hooked on Classics is on a roll tonight, and you have got to roll with it. You really have. Jimmy says that Boaty can't be Dracula. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, this has been a cracking live stream. I probably helps when the host of the live stream isn't kind of going like this into the laptop because he's got bugs in his bloodstream and probably should have cancelled it and said sorry. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I should have done that, shouldn't I, last week? But yeah, luckily we had a long weekend, so I was able to put my feet up Um, Simone was devastated when Rover collapsed. It was just after my birthday in '05. Um, it was April '05, wasn't it? They collapsed. So your birthday, Simone, is in April. So that means it must be your birthday. It either has just been your birthday, and I've probably seen this somewhere and missed it, or it's your birthday very soon. Pingu says that Boaty only does come out at night. This is very true. I'd love to go on his live streams, but I mean now 10:30. I mean, this is normally I've been asleep for like an hour by now, but I stay up for you. I force myself to stay awake for you lot because I really enjoy doing these live streams. They're great fun, and you've got people who are writing loads of comments, and you've got people who are sitting there observing, watching the world go by, which is fine. April, happy birthday for 9 days ago. 9 days ago, Simone. Very many congratulations. Pingu asks me what time do I rise in the morning. Sometimes it's risen when I wake. Oh no, I generally get up about 6, whether I want to or not. I just wake up at 6 o'clock, sometimes earlier, and I generally get up. I don't. I have to. I did stay in bed over the weekend because I wanted to get well. So I forced myself to stay in bed or to go back to sleep. But generally, if I wake up, even if it's like 5 o'clock, I'll get up, make some tea, look at the news, read Practical Classics. I'm actually Practical Classics. Very excited. This was on my doormat yesterday, but it's got lots of rovers in this month, so I'm going to be reading this when I have a poo poo because I love reading Practical Classics, especially when it's got loads of rovers in. Normally I check to see if it's got any MGs in. There's MGZs in, but it hasn't this month. So yeah, if you haven't got Practical Classics, do get it because it's got lots of rovers in, and it's got Rovolution on the front, which I like that word, Rovolution. It's a really good word. I like it. Jimmy Quinn goes to bed between 4 to 5 a.m. to get up at 12. Is that because are you doing shifts, Jimmy, or is that how you prefer to roll? Simone hates getting out of bed, so cozy and warm. My cat gets me out of bed. He's got a cat flap. He can use it. He prefers for me to open the door for him. He doesn't think I'm his human or his cat daddy. I am his butler, his Jeeves. Yeah, sometimes he will actually shove his arse in my face, the actual pencil sharpener bit, right in my face. That's not a nice way to wake up. I love my cat, but I have boundaries, and I don't want to be woken up like that ever again. Bad books. Simon says bad books again can be covered up, never seen a mirror on a okay, so that's going back to Boaty being a vampire. Project MGTF asks, does anyone read MG Enthusiast? Please tell Simon if you read MG Enthusiast. I occasionally do. I occasionally buy it. And one of the guys, I think the editor of MG Enthusiast, who I think is Craig Cheetham, I might have got that wrong, also writes in Practical Classics. Jimmy is retired. OAP. So you can do what the bloody hell you want, Jimmy. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Simone clarifies the pet question. Dogs have owners, cats have staff. That is true. Bad Books is also the cat's butler, and apparently I am the cat's butler. Oof, fucking stinks as well. Jesus Christ. Jimmy had his best cars in the 70s and 80s. Tell us, Jimmy, what were they? Did you buy BL stuff in the 70s and Austin Rover stuff in the 80s? Simone was in Classic Ford magazine. I'm not surprised, Simone, because TC and you are now world famous go-getting people. You are. You really are. Pingu, he also has a thing for Batman. Who are we talking about? Boaty or someone else? My cat. Does my cat have a thing for Batman? He looks a bit like Batman. He's got a mask. Little Louis. Don't know where he's gone tonight, actually. He's disappeared. Boaty has a thing for Batman. Right. Okay. I didn't actually know that. I didn't know that. So, yeah. This. So we've gone from incisive journalism to speculation about Boaty being a vampire. Vampire. Very good, but very good Pingo. I like that. Vampire. That's brilliant. Simone, lol, I'm not that famous. Oh, it's coming, Simone. It's coming. It's coming. Speaking of Boaty, is Boaty going live tonight? Because I'm conscious if he is, I think he's 11 o'clock witching hour, if that's not a controversial thing to say. Bad Books is also Staffordshire Bull Terrier Butler. You buy a pet and you're just a butler. Yeah, cat. What my cat does now, he started off. So he's got a microchip cat flap, so the local strays can't get in. So he can come in and out as he pleases on the microchip. And he started off by sitting by the back door, looking up at the handle, going meow, and not his normal sweet little meow. It's like meow. And he stopped doing that now because he knows I won't give in to it. Now he sits by the cat flap and he bashes the door like that of the cat flap. I've never heard anything like it. I really hope that when I'm doing a live stream, he does it at some point, and I'll actually move the laptop and show you him doing it. And then you walk up to him and he looks at you going, "Why the fuck have you not come and opened the door yet?" He just gives you one of those faces. You know how cats can do? Honestly. And then he shoves his ass in your face and you have to smell his fucking ass. It's disgusting. Where did I get to? Simon says lies to Simone. Pingu says he gets out of his comment 11. So I'll give you guys 10 minutes. So we'll try and stop by 22:50. I'll give you guys 10 minutes to go and do whatever you have to do before going on Boaty's, between mine and Boaty's live stream. I know you sometimes need to give yourself a moment, don't you? And obviously, with all the people on this live stream, there's probably going to be a surge on the national grid electricity where everyone goes and puts their kettle on. It'll be like, with 12 viewers, it'll be like that. What was it, the 96 Euro quarter final when everyone put their kettles on and then the whole of the electricity in the UK went bang. I didn't just make that up. That did happen, apparently. Stephen S. Paul has actually seen quite a few Morris Marinas over here. Good. Very solid, unlike the native English stuff. Yes, because you probably got better stuff. We were making better stuff for you and then keeping the crap here. And, of course, you've got your dry climate without salt. And you're not surrounded by salt. Salt everywhere. And then you go to the doctor, they say, you shouldn't eat too much salt. So I fucking breathe enough in when I'm going up and down the motorway behind a salt lorry. I shouldn't slag because a friend of mine works for Transport for Buckinghamshire. He's like a manager at Transport, and he's very helpful because he tells me when they're going to go out gritting. And I know not to drive any of my modern classics during that time. Simone's cat will not get out of bed until she does. She's just as lazy as me. That sounds like luxury. Being able to stay in bed and not kind of feeling compelled to get up and make tea, even though I like getting up and making tea and drinking tea in the morning. But yeah, my cat will, if he wants to get up and go outside, even though the cat flap's open, he will wake me up. Jimmy Quinn had in the 70s and 80s his best cars, his best Jimmy's golden years of motoring were the Vauxhall Ventura, a a P5B coupe, a P6, a Fiat 124, very nice, ST, or Fiat 124 ST, Fiat 130 coupe, Cortuna. I'll try again. Cortina 200e, Audi coupe, Capri 300G. That is some serious carage, Jimmy. I wonder how many of those cars, the ones you owned, are still on the roads. But that's a really eclectic, nice band of cars. You certainly did have your best cars in the 70s. What are you driving now, Jimmy? And many more as well on top of that. Pingu asks, obviously something pricked up in Pingu's car detector. That's the cat tune, that's the tune detector, and that's the car detector. Pingu asks Jimmy, has he still got his Fiat? Obviously aroused something in Pingu there. Simon asks, why don't they also drop vinegar and chips on the ground in winter? I think Simon, once again, you've just instigated another debate. It's just so sensible. Plus, the heat from the chips will also raise the temperature of the road, therefore reducing the amount of ice. So not only are you providing food for the people, you're also raising the road temperatures, which means it's safe for people. Simon, that's legendary, mate. You must follow up on this. Jimmy Quinn gets me and possibly some others. Juices flowing with Mini Cooper S twin petrol tanks. Oof, that sounds nice. Jimmy's got a 126 bis 1991. Pingu was actually asking me. No, right. So the Fiat was Mrs. Banger's. Although I haven't shared this because I don't like sharing too much, but I will share now. I will share. Mrs. Bangers and I actually parted ways in October. So the Fiat went with her, and she's now chopped that in for a Honda Jazz, I believe. So no, I haven't got the Fiat. She hasn't got the Fiat. I haven't got her. I'm single. So that wasn't at you, by the way, Pingu. I wasn't making a kind of a gesture like that at you. No, the Fiat Pandy is I don't know, at a Honda garage being fixed, probably. Shame. Even though my other half and I have parted company, I did offer to buy it off her, but then I thought, no, I'm going to plough that money or concentrate on my MG Rover fleet. So yes, I've just shared something personal, and you can do that in these spaces. That's what we do, and we've had some good live streams. I know Simon did a very powerful live stream last week where we were talking about mental health issues. I'm blessed that I don't get down, but I don't know. I cannot go to sleep without help, and it's not anxiety; it's just being wired, and I don't know what it is. If I was a kid, I'd probably get some kind of diagnosis, but yeah. Where did we get to? Jimmy Quinn, 1967. A 1967 Mini Cooper S. Jimmy, what are you doing to me? You're getting me steamed up and excited just before I go to bed. Mini Cooper, I would love one of those. Stephen S. Paul says lots of UK, US market stuff still in use on the roads here. Parts still available for the most part. That's good. That is really good to hear. I've bought parts also for so I've got an MG ZT260, Stephen, which you may or may not know. And I've had parts, and Austin, who I don't know if he's still on the chat, He's ordered, or his dad's ordered parts for the 260 because Mustang engine, as you know. So we have to get the parts. So yeah, some car parts are really hard to get here, even for British cars. Simone says, Simon, they could use curry too. Nice. Yeah, curry on the perfect. So Simone's getting into this new debate that Simon, the instigator of debates, has instigated, because he is the instigator of debates. But he says not beans though, too messy and windy as well. Jimmy says Fiat makes shit cars now. I do like the spiders. I do like the spiders. I'm going to plow through these comments because it is 22:45 hours. Or should we overlap with Boaty? Tell me, should I overlap with Boaty and have live wars? Bad Book says, in the 1970s, my dad's Marina, 30,000 miles, first MOT, needed 2 new wings, all new brake lines and a respray. So I think the conclusion there is that the good Marinas went to the States. But I do like Marines. I really like the Morris Ital as well. I think there's something about it. I don't know what it is. I just love it. It's probably because it's got the Austin Rover logo, the 80s Austin Rover logo with Morris. It's probably because also there was the Ital. Was the Ital van, or there was a van based on the Ital, which I remember when I was a wee boy. Pingu, yes, I'm single and ready to mingle. Don't tell Boaty. He's not my type, so I'm not worried. I will tell him because he's really not my type. Jimmy says, I thought you did not have a wife for all the cars you buy. No, it was not. She didn't leave me because it wasn't a question of it's the cars or me. It was non-car related for once. Stephen Paul, Man Down the Road has a 68 Singer Vogue sedan and an orange Mini Clubman panel van. I'm gonna have to come and visit. I'm gonna have to come over the States and visit because your area sounds really good. Simon says, "Watch out, Rob. You know all the ladies love an MG." But the one I haven't got the magnetic car, have I, Simon? On the road, you know what kind of car that is? It's a Tourer. Loves Tourers to Simon. Pingu struggles to go to sleep too without the sound of either radio or Boaty's live stream. Send me off to Dreamland. There we are. Simon asks, is there parts for sale at POL? I don't think they have any auto jumble or kind of retail stands. I think it's something they're considering. People, I don't know if Matt Dickens, number plate legend, is still in the chat, but because he might know. But I don't. I think I've read that it's something they're not they're considering, but not doing yet. I think I know I'm hopefully buying parts on Saturday, but that's a private arrangement. It's like, I'm selling something, and I'm buying something, and I'm going to do it at POL because the guy that I'm buying from and the guy that I'm selling to are both going to POL, but I think it's only private, under the counter deals. Jimmy says, at 17 in 1974, I had a V8 Ford Pilot. This will not help me go to sleep, Jimmy. You're just coming up with all these lovely cars that you had. You had a V8 Pilot when you were 17. Wow. Presumably before insurance was stupidly expensive. Simone does not like spiders. Creepy. Bad Book says latest Fiat 124 Spider is a Mazda. Badge Engineering was built on the MX-5 line in Japan, but Fiat engines. Mazdas make good. Do Mazdas not make engines anymore? Did they have some link up with Ford as well at one point? Jimmy further excites everyone, saying that he had a Mark II Cortina Savage, 1967. Keep going, Jimmy. Keep exciting me and everyone. Simon says Tora equals lady magnet. I was going to say something a bit ruder than that, but yeah. And I haven't bought the MGTF as a lady magnet, as you say, Simon. The TF is for so I've got. I just want to feel the wind through my hair in the summer. It's important to me. But Pingu counters with Tora equals ladies with kids magnet. Hooked on classics. I have some alloys I don't need. Was thinking of taking them. I think I don't need anything to stop anyone. I might be talking out of turn, like selling something out of their boot. Hello, my name's Simone. I've got some gear in my boot. Do you want to come and see it? I think that's fine. I'm selling my AccuFab throttle body because I want my 260 to be stock. And one of my subscribers has been after it for ages, so I'm now relenting. Now that the car's not on a lift anymore, I can actually get in the boot and get the throttle body out. Simon mention of alloy wheels gets excited, asks if they're for 75. Pingu, Simon laughs at Pingu. Hooked on classics. Yes, set of unions, but one has a small dent. Small dent. Stephen S. Paul. In 1979, I was 15, and he already had 4 cars. That sounds like my dad. I think he had probably 4 cars when he was 15. Yeah, you can see where I get it from. Like, blimey, 4 cars. What's the legal age for driving in your state? Were you driving them at 16, maybe? Babbook says, Mazda, answering my question, Mazda have their own engines, but they built the 124 for Fiat. Okay. One of Jimmy's best things was a Thames van. I can picture one of those. Yeah. They're nice. Pingu says, everyone on Facebook who is going to POL seems to be taking parts to sell. I think it's quite sensible because the cost of sending stuff is ridiculous sometimes. Yeah, lots of men in pork pie hats going, "Oh God, I've got this radio. Do you want it?" It'd be like that, won't it? Well, that'd be Simon to Simone with the wheels. Simone, you got any wheels for a Rover 75? Simon says, knows the alloys I want for Henrietta, but I can't remember the name of them. Is it the hairpins? If so, the hairpins from the MGZTs. If so, they will probably be the easiest and cheapest wheels to pick up because they are the least popular of the MGZT wheels, in my opinion, and also not rated to go on the 260. They're not strong enough to go on the 260. But I think, yeah, remember, actually, we had a chat about this. We've spoken about this, Simon. We've spoken about this. No, I'm pretty sure we had a chat, and it was the hairpins that you like, and you're thinking of for Henrietta. There will be some on eBay or Facebook for sure. There's probably going to be loads at POL as well. Just take some off someone's car. Fine. But Simone asks if they're serpents. I'll let Simon answer that question because it's not directed at me. Stephen Espel was driving before he was 15, but it was okay. He drove on farms and other private properties because you have no salt, you have no sea, and you have loads of space. Again, another difference between the USA and Great Britain. Just sounds idyllic, Stephen S. Paul. It sounds bloody idyllic, mate. Pingu says, good rover gear. Good rover gear here, mate. Yeah, I do see it. Pork pie hats. Oh, yeah. I've got a V8 badge. Yeah. Hairpins. Yeah, I've actually got a hairpin, Simon. I don't know what's happened to my hairpin, actually. I don't know. I've got a hairpin wheel, which I can bring you. Not this weekend, because I don't know where it is. But yes, I do. It's in the back of the 190. I will bring you that. You can have it because I don't want it. You can play with it and do a color check and all that kind of stuff. See if you do like it. Simone asks, will MGZT wheels fit a 75? Yeah, they will. But but not all 75 wheels will fit an MG ZT, because I think you've got beefier brakes on the ZTs. And I know that because Austin tried to put some Meteors on my 260 and they wouldn't fit. That's the thing with 260. If you haven't got a spare tire, you've got a can of gunk and a compressor, but you can get a space saver. But if your rear tire blows, you can't put the space saver on it. You have to jack the car up, take the blown tire off the back, take the good front tire off, and put the good front tire on the back and the space saver on the front, because the space saver will not fit over the rear brake calipers. Stephen Espel got his actual license 16, so your state is 16. Simon speaks back to Simone. Simone needs a spare crown wheel for my boot. I will look out for one. Simon thanks me. I know I'm really kind. I'm a really kind person. Ujuj, good evening, Ujuj. How are you? Comment ça va? Greetings, Robert, the YouTube. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ujuj. And I hope you are also getting better like Simon is, hopefully. Jimmy Quinn had a few American cars. What cars didn't you have, Jimmy? You've got around, haven't you, with cars? You really have. Stephen S. Paul, lots of mid to late 70s Bedford vans, etc. here and there too. Yeah, I think get in touch with me, Stephen S. Paul, via my Facebook group. I'll plug my Facebook. I've got a Facebook page, but I've also now got a Facebook group. So if anyone wants to join my Facebook group, it's a small but growing community of people like me. So everyone's bald, has a beard, lives in if you want to join my Facebook group, search Beards and Bangers on YouTube. I've got a page as well, but I don't really understand that. So yeah, and I'm also doing Instagram, and that I really enjoy. I didn't think I'd like Instagram because I can't pout, but I'm actually really enjoying Instagram. Gone from pretty much zero social media to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, loads, so modern. Pingu is also giving everyone's giving felicitations to Ujuj, which is really, really nice. And I said I was going to finish at 10 to 11, and I am still wittering on because you lovely people are still asking questions, making comments, creating debates, which is absolutely fantastic. And that's what this community of ours is about. Jimmy sometimes only keeps a car a week. I do that sometimes as well. It's like, why did I buy that? Why? So, Mr. En Bateau is going to be on YouTube in about 2 minutes. And I know some of you will want to be on that. And do you know what? I might actually come on for a little bit myself, because I'm not going to go straight to sleep after doing a YouTube and being stimulated in more ways than one. That sounds really rude, and it's meant to. Being stimulated in more ways than one by you lot. I didn't know you could do that on the internet, but clearly you can. So I'm going to bid you farewell. Don't forget to hit the like button if you have not already done so. Mine's a 99. Enjoy the stream. It's been fun. It's been fun having you all, and it's been fun. Mine's 99 with your incisive journalistic instinct about sandwiches. We must do this again. It's good. I will be live again next Wednesday. And I will be live not live on YouTube, but I will be actually at Pride of Longbridge for those that attend. And I look forward to seeing or meeting, in many cases, you then. Goodbye.